Some area nonprofits could face a strain under the proposed Eau Claire County budget for next year. The latest proposal would cut county funding in half to most nonprofits the county currently supports. News 18's Toby Moore breaks down what that could mean for those services in the community.
The 2025 budget for Eau Claire County is in the works. Under the current proposal, most community nonprofit groups that receive funding from the county will see that support cut in half. One of those groups is the Bolton Refuge House, which provides help for people affected by domestic violence, including a 24-hour emergency shelter. Losing half their funding from the county, they say, could be devastating.
It is really just potentially frightening that ultimately it could force Bolton Refuge House to close their emergency shelter doors, kind of projected into 2025-26 if something doesn't change.
Bolton Refuge Director Pat Stein says this wouldn't be the first loss of funding they've suffered this year, with cuts from the Department of Children and Family and the Victims of Crime Act.
It's just one of those things that it just continues to be layering on our services.
Stein says if they don't get more support from the community, they might be forced to close the emergency shelter, which houses people leaving violence in their homes. It's not just the Bolton Refuge House. Senior centers, the Family Resource Center, Children's Service Society, and the Sojourner House Shelter would all see only half the amount of funding from the county they received this year. The Eau Claire County Administrator says it would be a difficult decision, but the county faces a $5.2 million deficit heading into next year.
We've made significant changes across the board in all of our county government services in the way that they're provided, in the way that they're funded, in order to retain those services that we absolutely need to contain costs and continue with services that are mandated that we provide.
Providing funding for nonprofits like Bolton Refuge House is not one of those mandated services, but the county has supported them because they help out the community. If approved, Stein says they would need the community's help.
For every penny we lose, we have to look at the community to help replace that.
For News 18, I'm Toby Moore.
Thank you, Toby. Now, the county budget is far from finalized. It can still be changed through the Finance Committee, and county board members can make amendments. The board took input from the public last night and will hold another comment session in November. The board meets to finalize the budget on November 6th.